Hello there, we're in the Performance Centre at Howley Hall Golf Club, and today we're taking a look at the new Mavrik Sub Zero fairway wood from Callaway. Hi there, Ryan Rastall here for Golfshake.com, and we're here in the Performance Centre at Howley Hall Golf Club, and as I said, taking a look at the new Mavrik fairway wood from Callaway. But before we get into all that, remember, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. See loads more content from us here at Golfshake to help you play more and play better. Right, let's get into Mavrik. So, completely new club franchise for Callaway. So we have Sub Zero that I've got in my hand here. We have the standard Mavrik and also Mavrik Max, which do three very different jobs and have all been designed by the Callaway supercomputer and the designers there at Callaway using that, which for the first time we saw in Epic Flash last year. So that computer really is designing not only the face, the flash face that we saw in last year's models, but also the shape of heads, where the weight position is, all those kinds of things to really help them perform for different levels of golfers. So in the Sub Zero here, we see we've got front and back weighting. So we've got a 14 and a 2 gram weight that we can switch front and back. That's going to help us with spin and MOI and things like that, make it slightly more forgiving if we move it to the back. But really, this Sub Zero version is aimed at your maybe slightly better ball striker, someone who might want to flight the ball down a little bit more with lower spin. All these models are glued, so they're not adjustable like last year's Epic Flash was. So there are more models available in the range for that. And in using that artificial intelligence in the supercomputer that Callaway have, every single head and model is different and designed differently. So for instance, in the Mavrik Sub Zero, so a 3 and a 5 wood, obviously they're different sizes, but the faces are designed individually as well for that particular loft of golf club. And then when we get into the Max model there, so we've got 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 wood. All of those heads are designed individually and all their faces are designed individually to really make sure that that golf club performs at its best. We were lucky enough to go out to Carlsbad in California earlier on this year and speak to the Senior Vice President of R&D for Callaway, Dr. Alan Hocknall, who will give us a bit more information about how these fairway woods came about.
So the Mavrik fairway woods, in some senses, are an extension of good fairway woods that we've made before, in that they feature face cup technology, carbon crowns, and body shapes that are familiar to you that have been very effective at getting the club to the ball, a variety of turf conditions, including off the tee. What's unique about Mavrik, though, is the first time that we've really applied our artificial intelligence tools to the design of the faces of those fairway woods. And for that, we have unique fairway wood faces for every one of the three models, the standard, the Sub Zero, and the Max. And then within the range of fairway woods, every fairway wood has a unique face as well. So the 3 wood different from the 5, the 7, and so on. That shows that we're designing to a higher level of fidelity than ever before, looking at the way that golfers use each of those golf clubs in a lot more detail and allowing the computer to suggest to us how to generate face thickness patterns that respond to those needs for ball speed at different parts of the face. In total as well, it's required us to upgrade our face materials to stronger materials. It's a C300 Maraging steel that we've had to learn how to use and put through our very exacting manufacturing processes in order to make those actual AI designs real. And now we're dealing with fairway woods that for us, for the first time, have CT values that are in the same area as our drivers. So a big jump in ball speed, and we're very excited about the combination of ball speed and launch angle and spin rates that the 3 different fairway wood models make. The Mavrik features 3 different fairway wood models. The Sub Zero model, which is usually for better players and has one particular function in mind, and that is reducing spin for those players who find that they have too much. It's also a little bit more workable left and right for players who are a more advanced level looking to hit a certain shot shape, shot window. So there are a lot of different options for people to try within our range, and certainly a choice between 2 of the 3 of them is likely, and would expect people to get some details hidden on a launch monitor and seeing with their own eyes downrange what's going on, and pick the one that will optimize their performance.
So there we have it from Callaway. Seriously impressive amount of work gone into these fairway woods and the whole Mavrik range, and we can certainly see that there's that progression there from last year's Epic Flash. So I mean, I don't know about you, but how impressive is it that, you know, the lengths that they're going to make golf clubs faster? I mean, they even have teams of aerodynamicists working there. It's almost like a Formula One team in Carlsbad, working on really making fine-tuning adjustments to golf clubs to make them faster, make the faces faster, make the ball come off faster, increase CT time, which is contact time on the face, so making sure that basically the speed that the ball leaves the face, the energy transfer is as efficient as it possibly can be. So all of those things are going into these golf clubs to really help us go out there on a Saturday afternoon and play better golf. I mean, these guys really are spending so much time. Enough talking, let's go hit some shots, shall we? So I've got Mavrik Sub Zero fairway wood, 3 wood here. It's got the Rogue shaft in it, which comes as standard in Sub Zero. We're gonna take a bit of a hit here on the Trackman 4 here at Howley Hall in the Performance Centre, and yeah, let's just see how it performs. So initially, looks-wise, it's the kind of shape of head that I really prefer. It's a little bit smaller, slightly less sort of deep from face to the back of the head. Different in the Sub Zero model to the rest is that the groove lines go all the way across the face. You'll notice when you see the Max and the standard model that's not the case. Those ones look a little bit more like the old traditional Callaway fairway woods do, where the you know, it stops and there's a bit of a center section there that doesn't have the groove. So like I say, sits really nicely behind the ball. Again, like we saw last year, we've got a line in the grips as standard, which is really good. But yeah, sits lovely behind the ball. That chevron Callaway is on the top. You can see the orange around the outside with the Mavrik branding on it. But like I say, not too intrusive at all. Looks really good. So let's give it a hit. Feels really good off the face. But yeah, I mean, this is a fairway wood that really appeals to me straight away. And the first time I saw it, I knew that I was going to enjoy using this, to be honest. It's, like I say, it sits great behind the ball. You can't see those grooves on the face. It just looks really nice. Slight off-centre hit there, but spin's climbed a little bit, but it's still out there and still in a good position, still on the fairway. So yeah, we're happy with that. You know, I mean, I would say it feels a little bit more forgiving than the Epic Flash Sub Zero fairway wood did. You know, there's a couple of poor strikes there that have still gone a decent distance and not too far offline. I'll just hit a couple more. And when you get it out the middle of the face, it really does, the sound is that little bit more sort of poppy as it comes off the face, but it seems to come off very quickly, which is exactly what, you know, if we're looking at ball speed down there, 162 miles an hour, that's top end of where I would expect a 3 wood to be, really. So yeah, that's really good. Again, slightly lower flight than I was getting with some of the other fairway woods that we're trying, but that's exactly what this fairway wood is trying to do. So I've got the heavier weight towards the front of the club to help lower that spin, and we can see there that, like I say, the ball speed's quick, carry distance is good. You know, I've hit a couple of mishits there, which you've seen, but I mean, for it to carry 262 with a fairway wood, and then it's obviously going to run out a little bit. You know, that's decent distance. I'd imagine that's going to go 275-ish, maybe a little bit more, which is as long as anyone ever needs to hit a 3 wood, to be fair. So, like I say, easy to hit, sits behind the ball nicely. Certainly an element of forgiveness in there, which we haven't seen as much of in previous Sub Zero models. So it's definitely something you should be thinking about when you're looking at these fairway woods, is potentially someone who hasn't been Sub Zero in the past might be able to get on with this one as well. But all of the models in this family are fantastic, and I really recommend you go try them all. As I always say, go and get properly custom fitted for them as well, and then you'll know that you'll walk out with the best model for you. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, please leave them below. If it's about Mavrik or about custom fitting in general, we're here to answer those for you. Hope you've enjoyed the video and see you all very soon.